I do not own the original Warrior Cat series. The credit belongs to Aaron Hunter. Enjoy. Chapter 3. The two siblings were roaming the forest, trying to find a good place to stay for the night. Templekit was trotting around, easily getting distracted by bugs, funny plants, and animals. Rockpaw seemed very tense to Templekit. She gathered that because his ears were laid back and his tail was fluffed up. Rockpaw was jerking his head around side to side. Is he looking for something? Templekit thought. Or does he know something is following us? Templekit looked back just in case someone was following them. Water! Templekit yowled as she raced over to the rushing water. Rockpaw padded up, looking into the river. He looked over on the other side and stared questioningly. Are those claw marks? Rockpaw asked Templekit. Wowzer, sure does look like it. Come on, let's go see who's there, Templekit mewed, bouncing. No, Rockpaw continued. I think we're trespassing. Where? Rockpaw was interrupted. Hey, the strange cat yelled. Who are you, and what are you doing in PineClan's territory? Rockpaw flipped around and unsheathed his claws. We're sorry, he mewed. We didn't know someone lived here, the cat glared at him. What are you from? He snapped. Rockpaw's back bristled and he looked around for an escape when two other tabby cats who looked just like the first one walked up. Well, we don't have all day. Rockpaw looked at the cat and his fur flattened. He stood up straight. We were from Shadowclan, but we left, Rockpaw went on. We're just trying to find a place to sleep. We mean no harm. Hunting, attacking, or not, you're causing harm and just crossing our territory boundaries. The cat hissed. Rockpaw unsheathed his claws and narrowed his eyes. We won't be staying long, he growled. Keep bothering us and you won't be either. The cat leaped at him and sank his claws into Rockpaw's shoulders. Kitty Pat, he yelled. Get your mouse-brained self out of... Oh, and your little toy, too. Rockpaw growled at him of what he said about Templekit. Rockpaw swiped his claws down the cat's eye and leaped onto his back. The other cats leaped at Rocky and started tearing at his pelt. Rockpaw tried to wriggle free out of a tall, slim cat's grip, but failed as the other jumped onto his face and rapidly clawed his neck. Templekit yowled and tried as hard as she could to sink her little claws down one cat's face. She tore his nose and dragged her claws up his snout. The cat shook her off and stepped on her, growling. Rockpaw sank his fangs into the other cat's ear and gave him a quick yank that ripped some of his ear off. This isn't so, Rockpaw started to say, as a tall cat threw him into the tree and leaped at him. Rockpaw felt helpless, but then looked at the cat about to sink its teeth into Templekit. Rockpaw sprinted out of the tall cat's view and tumbled over the cat on Templekit. He jumped quickly up a tree. He jumped off and quickly ran up a tree. Templekit yowled, scared, started to run. Rockpaw shook his head and picked her up and leaped into the river. The three cats were running on the side of the river, yowling fiercely. Rockpaw sank his claws into a fallen tree and crawled onto the other side. The three cats growled and padded away. Templekit, Rockpaw snorted. There's more than one clan here. There's a different one right here. What? Templekit asked. I can tell. It smells different in the claw marks. Let's go, now. Rockpaw rapidly ran until he saw a little cave under a tree. He crawled in it and lapped at his chest. You know, you fought well, Templekit. Very good for a kit. Not so bad yourself. You fight better than I thought. Templekit mewed. Neither of them noticed, but Tusk was standing right beside the entrance. He lowered his head and looked over at the other side of the river. He growled softly and flipped around and walked off. We should stay here for the night, Rockpaw meowed and curled into a ball. Templekit stared at his deep gashes and looked around. Wait, she mewed. I have an idea. Templekit jumped over to a stretch of cobwebs. I'm just trying this. It might stop the bleeding. I don't know. She set the cobwebs on his shoulder and neck. She gently curled up to his legs and dozed off. Rockpaw woke and stretched. Rockpaw shook the cobwebs off and stepped outside. He looked around and then quickly dove back in. Hey! Templekit mewed. I was sleeping right there. Rockpaw hissed. I see more cats, different ones. Templekit shivered and backed up to the back of the tree. Rockpaw took Templekit and quietly crawled up the tree. He leaped on a robin while he was up and gave it to Templekit. Templekit whispered, Rockpaw, you eat it. You haven't eaten in 2 days. Rockpaw turned around with a squirrel in his mouth. What did you say? He mumbled with a mouthful. Templekit froze and Rockpaw looked at where she was looking. He looked down and saw Tusk looking into the tree cave. He's been following us, Rockpaw whispered ever so quietly to Templekit. I see that, Templekit mewed and slowly chewed her robin. She tore her claws at the wing and a feather slowly started to fall. She swiped her claws trying to catch it, but it was too far out of her reach. Rockpaw, lean back. He's about to see us, Templekit mumbled. Rockpaw leaned back confused. The feather fell beside Tusk and Tusk looked up, jerking his eyes side to side. Then he patted away. He leaped down after he was gone and ran until this clan smell was gone. Rockpaw panted and set Templekit down. They were padding around this new land, and a large light brown cat leaped at him and pinned him down. For warrior's sake, not again, Rockpaw yelled. This cat looked down at him and tilted his head. She stepped off of him and sat down. Templekit looked confused. Well, this cat isn't mad at you. Rockpaw meowed at the strange cat. Hi? The cat leaped to her paws. Hi, she mewed. I'm Pyrimidpaw. Rockpaw just stared at her, and another cat yelled, patting up. Pyrimidpaw, the clan has been looking for you. You know you can't run off like that. And the warrior's voice faded off. Who are they? Rockpaw interrupted. I'm Rockpaw. We just left our clan, ShadowClan, because they were treating us like mouse brains. We don't mean to trespass. We're just trying to get away from everything. Yeah, we just got out of a fight with PineClan, I think, and found out a very strong, large cat who wants us dead has been following us, Templekit mewed. We are so sorry we are trespassing, Rockpaw blurted out. The beautiful slim thigh cat looked at Pyrimidpaw and replied, I see your times of trouble, she continued. We are part of BarkClan. We see you have been attacked, and our medicine cat will be willing to help you. Rockpaw nodded and followed her into the camp. An Asheria muscly cat walked up to the thigh cat. Shadowface, who are these cats? He meowed. Spotfur, they need help. Relax. Shadowface purred and patted into the medicine tail. Stubtail! Stubtail! Shadowface shouted. An orange-peach Manx cat walked up to her and stared at Rockpaw and Templekit. I already know, Shadowface. She meowed. I need to get poppy seeds and some marigold. Rockpaw was shocked. He has never seen a medicine cat. Stubtail came out with a leaf of poppy seeds and chewed up marigold. Eat this, young cat. You need rest. She looked over at Templekit. Is something wrong with you, young kit? You're awfully young to be out here on your own. I'm just really tired and too shocked to fall asleep. Stubtail. No problem, young kit. Stubtail meowed and started shuffling her nose in a pile of plants and flowers. She pulls out a leaf and sets poppy seeds on it. She dragged it over to Templekit and slowly ate them. And Templekit slowly ate them. Young cat, your neck wound is infected. I will get you something for it. Stubtail meowed. She grabbed Horsetail and set it in front of Rockpaw. Eat. Templekit was already knocked out, and Rockpaw fell asleep in a soft, fluffy moss. The gray Persian cat looked down at Rockpaw and spat. Why is this pathetic rogue here? Raincloud. The Shadowface meowed. They cause no harm. We are helping them, and they will be on their way out. What is going on? What is going on? A loud meow boomed. Shadowface looked up and announced, Amberstar, these young rogues were just attacked by PineClan, just trying to find somewhere to sleep. Stubtail is taking care of them. Shadowface replied. A very beautiful, tall, skim Turkish van cat stood in the moonlight. Her white and amber fur reflected the light, and her blue eyes narrowed. Amberstar padded over to Rockpaw and sniffed him. Ew, she snorted. Seems like he's been through every clan, every tree, and every animal. Amberstar, send them out and they won't be here much. They won't be in BarkClan. Amberstar, send them out. They don't belong here in BarkClan. Raincloud meowed, stepping in front of her. Raincloud, you're a very wise and strong warrior, Amberstar announced. And you're right, they do not belong here. But they cross PineClan, and you know they will track them down and find them if they cross again. Amberstar turned to them. They will need strength if they pass through PineClan again. Amberstar meowed, then quietly mumbled to herself, May StarClan lead them. A bluish cloud covered the moon, and Amberstar flipped around. They don't know StarClan, she hissed, startled. I told you, Raincloud yelled. Send them out before they kill us all. Shadowface, you should have known better not to bring two rogues that don't believe in StarClan into BarkClan and give them strength so they fight well. Shadowface looked worried. I was only trying to help, she yelled. How was I supposed to know they didn't believe in StarClan? Stubtail yelled and studied the ground. There were rocks that spelled good. See, young cats, she announced. Too worrisome. You do not judge a cat by its looks. Chapter 4.